Okay, I'm going to go over design sets or design options. I didn't have a chance to go over this with you guys in class, so I want to do it now. And I'm going to show you a very simple example of that. Your design options live down here at the bottom, and you can access them initially by left clicking on your design options dialog box. And you can click a new option, option 1, set 1. So I'm just going to highlight this and actually give it a name of massing options. And click close. And so we don't have anything in our options yet. Everything is in the main model. So I want to move something onto that option 1. So I'm going to select this red building 1, and I'm going to come down here to add to set. I know you can't see it, but it's called add to set, and left click. And I'm going to only set that we have available to us is the massing options with option 1, and I'm just going to click OK. So now this has been added to that. You'll notice that I cannot select it anymore by default. So even if I hover over it, it'll select everything around it, but not it. That's because this exclude options is checked. Basically, that's to keep you from changing design options without knowing it, as far as I know. And what you can do that's quite nice is you can come down to this main model now, fly out, and if you go to the fly out, you can choose option 1, and it will allow you to access that option. Alright, so I'm going to come to this flyout and pick main model again. What I want to do is I want to have another option for that other than option 1 for that red mass. So I'm going to come in with main model current, open up my design options dialog. I'm going to highlight option 1, and I'm going to duplicate it because that's basically just going to make a copy of that, of everything in that option. So right now just the red piece to option 2. So I'm going to duplicate, and I'm going to rename. We'll name that option 1, or sorry, option 2, and click OK. All right, and click close. So now basically option 1 and option 2 are the same. So if I pick option 1, I get that, and if I pick option 2, I get the same thing. But while we're in option 2, we can come in and select this, and we can begin to adjust it. So let's say I wanted to make it a little longer, right? And then if I go and I can make it a little sort of thinner. Whoops. Oh, it's locked to that other one, so that's fine. I can come in and go to edit and place and maybe pick that edge, right, and sort of skew it off a little bit like that. Can pick that edge and pull it out a little further. All right. And once I'm done, I can go to Finish Mass, right? And now what I've got, if I go back to my main model, I've got that original option, and if I go to option 2, I've got that option. So again, if I go back to main model, I can open up my design options dialog, and I have option 1 primary, which primary means that whenever the main model is shown, that is what's going to be shown. I can select option 2 and make it primary. And it warns me that it is changing the primaries, and if I hit close, now when main model is selected, that option is primary, right? So I could still, let's just say I wanted to make a different option for this green piece as well. So I'm going to select it, and I can either make a whole separate design option for that, or I can add it to the other one. So let's add it to the other one. So I'll select it, and I'll move that, or copy it basically, to both option 1 and option 2. So I'm going to click OK. So now I have a copy of that. If I come to option 1, it's in there, and if I go to option 2, it's in there. So let's say we want to change it for option 2. So if I select it, pull it off of there a little bit, Or maybe, let's Control Z that, maybe I come in and go to Edit in Place, and I pick that and just skew it out, right? So you get sort of this cantilevering, whoops, I didn't mean to quite do that, but let's move that out a little bit, right? Just like that. So you get it sort of pulling out like that. And maybe this gets shortened up a little bit, gets pulled back the other way as well. And that is a little sharp. I'll pull that back, right? Okay, and then maybe we'll just pick that and we'll create form there, and we'll pull out another form from that, and we will join geometry, that and that. Oops, except I should have done it the other way around. So if I Control Z and I go to join geometry, I want to pick that one first and then that one, and it'll make it all green. Okay, not overly attractive, but yet another design option. So once I do that, I can go to Finish Mass, takes me back to the project, and here's our option 2, and then if we go back, there's option 1, option 2. Okay, so one of the things that's quite nice about it, we go back to our main model. If you go to your views, right, then it will update whichever version. So like here we have the main model. You can come in here and go to option 2 primary, or sorry, option 1, and you can see what those look like in different views very quickly. Okay, all right, so that's design options. So I think for right now, for this particular project, that's all I'm going to do that's specific for this. I'll put some information, some additional videos about sheets setup up there for you guys to look at. But other than that, I think that's it. All right.